the Renaissance Center.
In the vibrant heart of Detroit, Michigan, where the wind seems to carry a mischievous grin and the streets throb with a rhythm that's part grit and part aspiration, stands the Renaissance Center. More than just a cluster of towering skyscrapers, this seven-tower marvel, or as the locals fondly call it, the Ren-Sen, is the architectural equivalent of a flamboyant cherry perched atop a melting sundae. Audacious, delightfully kitschy, and utterly inescapable. Imagine Detroit in the early 1970s, a city grappling with economic disarray and infrastructure that looked like it had been hastily assembled from a jigsaw puzzle missing half its pieces. Enter Henry Ford II, not exactly a paragon of subtlety. This was the era of grandiose dreams and even grander hairstyles. Ford, accompanied by his League of Business Titans, think of them as a proto-yuppie Avengers squad, decided that Detroit's rejuvenation required more than mere cosmetic touches. No, what the city needed was an architectural blitzkrieg. They christened themselves the Detroit Renaissance, a name that, while sounding like a trendy brunch spot, was a private nonprofit with lofty aspirations. Their mission, to transform Detroit's international riverfront into a dazzling testament to urban rebirth. Mayor Roman Gribbs, ever eager for a public relations triumph, saw this as his golden opportunity for a sparkling new legacy. Thus began the rise of the Renaissance Center. Designed by John Portman, an architect whose style practically yells futuristic opulence, the complex emerged as a five-tower rosette. It was as if Portman were channeling a fusion of sci-fi reverie and 1970s disco fever. Four sleek and glittering towers house office spaces and commercial venues. The central tower, tall, proud, and perhaps compensating for something, soared to a dizzy 73 stories and was crowned with a hotel, dining establishments, and a shopping arcade. Upon its completion in 1977, the Ren-Sen wasn't just imposing, it was audacious. It earned the title of the tallest building in Michigan and briefly held the record for the world's tallest all-hotel skyscraper. In a city once regarded as a symbol of decline, this towering monolith offered a flicker of redemption, a glittering icon of hope. The Renaissance Center was not merely a conglomeration of steel and glass. It was a self-contained universe, a city within a city where you could work, dine, shop, and even stay without ever stepping outside. Picture a place where office drones mingled with tourists, and everyone had a river view so breathtaking it could make a poet's heart flutter, or at least inspire a somewhat mediocre Instagram post. Fast forward to 1996, when General Motors decided they were too chic for Cadillac Place and relocated to the Ren-Sen, acquiring it and turning it into their global headquarters. GM's acquisition was akin to trading in a classic car for a brand new model, a daring move that included a $500 million makeover. Enter the Winter Garden Atrium, a five-story wonder that opened up the complex to the Detroit International Riverfront and provided the city with a panoramic vista that could serve as a commercial for the Great Lakes. The Renaissance Center transcended its role as a mere architectural wonder. It evolved into Detroit's economic pulse, generating over $1 billion in growth within its first year and providing employment to over 10,000 people. It has been the venue for a diverse range of events, from a Super Bowl to fashion shows, showcasing that this architectural marvel was not just a testament to corporate ambition, but also a vibrant cultural hub. However, not all that glitters is gold. The Ren-Sen is not immune to challenges. The emergence of suburban office parks and newer developments could potentially transform the Ren-Sen from a crown jewel into a nostalgic relic. Yet, with Detroit's persistent revitalization efforts, the Ren-Sen remains a symbol of the city's unyielding spirit and creativity. Thus, the Renaissance Center stands not merely as a towering feat of urban development but as a beacon of the city's resilience and imaginative flair. Amidst Detroit's ever-changing landscape, the Ren-Sen reminds us that even in chaos, there is space for grandeur and perhaps a dash of cheeky optimism. It's a skyscraper with a tale that still needs to be finished.
So, you've endured a slice of the RPTM podcast. We're not saying we aimed to tickle your funny bone, but we wouldn't mind if a chuckle accidentally slipped out. And hey, if we managed to wring a tear or two from those ducts of yours, that's just a bonus. If, against all odds, you found this episode remotely captivating, consider sparing a thumbs upward motion and indulge in the grand gesture of subscribing. Who knows, you might subject yourself to more of our potentially mind-stirring tete-a-tete in the future.